Hey, hi, hello, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and today I have a haul for you. Not my normal just a book haul. I've also got skincare because let's be honest, if there's one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy skincare and I'm gonna buy books. So why not share both of them? I have kind of been amassing a pile by the side of my bed because I like to, when I buy things I like to put them by the side of my bed so I can keep looking at them. But it becomes a bit hazardous because it now is like a trip hazard. So, oh gosh. So, just came back from Barnes & Noble. God damn it. I'm just sitting here. How's something getting my eye? Woo! I'm glad y'all cannot see this because y'all would be judging me. But some of these I have posted little, what are they called on YouTube? Shorts about, so you might have seen them, but you're gonna see them here again anyway, so pretend like this is your first time. So I'm going to start with these big, beautiful babies that did have their own short, and it is these by Samantha Shannon, The Priory of the Orange Tree, which is not new, but this is a new edition. And then this, A Day of Fallen Night. So I think this is a prequel. I don't know, but they're ridiculously beautiful. Look at the sprayed edges. It's hard to hold these two together because they're so gosh darn big. But I love the sprayed edges, the end papers. Look at this, look at this. The naked hardcover, like gorgeous. So now I remember a lot of people talking about The Priory of the Orange Tree when it came out and hyped that it was like a standalone fantasy. So then when this came out, I was like, I am confusion because I thought it was a standalone, but apparently it's like a prequel standalone, or is it a companion? What does this say? It just says it sweeps readers back to the world of The Priory of the Orange Tree. So, you know, have I read these? No. Please mind your business and respect my privacy at this time. And I have to change my battery because of course I do. And since I have to do that, I'm gonna go put in eye drops. Okay, thanks. Okay, I can't tell if this is crooked or not. Maybe because this tripod is on top of Nigel's grate. It's not solid on the top. Okay, anyway. No, I have not read these, but I do want to read The Priory of the Orange Tree this year. Maybe that'll happen. Anyway, they're freaking beautiful. And these are from the Broken Binding. They're doing great work. Now, so I'm gonna start from the least spectacular to the most. So the publishers did send me a finished copy of The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty, who is the author of the Dave Abad trilogy, which I read and loved. And this one is a pirate story. I will be honest and say that I have not had a great history with pirate stories in the past, but if somebody is going to do it, it's going to be Shannon. I just know it, and I've heard really great things from people who are also fans of the Dave Abad trilogy, so I'm very hopeful on this one. Also, I'm not even a parent, but the dedication just, let me read it to you. For all those parenting and hardship during pandemics, through climate crises, and under occupation. For those struggling to keep food on the table and juggle multiple jobs and impossible childcare. For everyone who set aside their own dreams, briefly or forever, to lift those of the next generation. So this story is about Amina, who I think is like a retired pirate. So she's either in her like later 30s or 40s, and she is telling the story of her life. I think y'all know I don't read the full synopses of a book, but I do want to read this one because I loved, like I said, the Dave Abad trilogy. So the publisher sent me this. This is the US edition, the hardcover, which is a fun cover, although I think that the cover looks younger, like it looks more middle grade-ish. Now, I pre-ordered this one from Waterstones. It was in my last vlog, like my day in the life vlog, which this is very beautiful. Look at all the gold that I love on here, front and back. This has red sprayed edges. And the map on the inside is incredible. Does the US one even have a map? Okay, it does have a map. It's just in black and white, which I love a map regardless, but this map, stunning. And then this isn't just a plain hardcover, but the maps are on both sides of the end pages. And then this one is signed. Yeah, it is signed. And oh, Oh, just kidding. This is what's on the end pages. So the cover art that's on the first one. Now, the winner of them all though is Fairy Loot. This is in my subscription. I didn't realize, like, because I don't keep up with it, but I didn't realize they would be doing this, and I'm so glad they did, because look at this. Like, this is beautiful, a beautiful one, right? But this just takes it to a new level. Like, I love the gold and all of the, like this is like a compass. Like, look at it. And then look at these. So it's black on the top. Look at this on the side. But wait. Bitch, Fairy Loot got the girlies fucked up. Like, the girls don't stand a chance. Look at this. Oh my God. Incredible. I'm sorry. Like, this and speaking of Fairy Loot, this is The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten, who wrote For the Wolf, I think. And so this also has an alternate, there's art on the jacket on the inside, so you could turn it inside out and have a different cover. I don't personally like people on my covers, so I wouldn't want that one. However, this cover is like fine. Like, this is fine. Look at this. Please. Please. This is sickening. Are you fucking kidding? Look at, please. No idea what this is about. Literally no idea. I do not care, because even if I don't read it, it's just going to, look at this. I am not keeping this on it. I'm leaving it like this. What does this say? Let's see. See, we got Lore, who escaped a cult when she was 13. Okay. And then she has lived by one rule: don't let them find you. Easier said than done. So she's been making potions for the city's underbelly, but when a run goes wrong, she's captured by the king and expects to be sent to the pyre, but the king has different plans. She's thrust into the sainted king's glittering court, where no one can be believed and even fewer can be trusted. I think I've shown these. I don't know. Maybe it was this on TikTok. I'm not sure. But this is when I went to Denver, and I went to this bookstore called Shop and Matter, and the owner was there, and she was really nice, and I bought a lot of things. We also went to another bookstore, the Tattered Cover. So I got a few from the Tattered Cover, but then the majority, I think I got 2 from the Tattered Cover, and then the other ones I got from Shop and Matter, because I just was feeling it, and I just started buying things. Okay. So one thing I got, this was used, The Kindred by Alicia Dow. I feel like Bethany talked about this one and said that it was really good, and underrated young adult sci-fi. Young adult sci-fi works the best for me in that age category I've been feeling as of late. And so this says, one bond can save a kingdom. I don't know much else about this except, oh, bookmark. To save a galactic kingdom from revolution, kindred mind pairings were created to ensure each and every person would be seen and heard, no matter how rich or poor. And so we have Joy and we have Duke, and a royal family being assassinated. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna read anymore because that sounds fun. But yeah, this, I don't know if this is a series, if there's another one, but I'm pretty sure it was Bethany who talked about this, and since she talked about it, I was like, I need to pick that up. And this was on the clearance or like used shelf, and so I got it. I gotta take that sticker off though. Oh. Okay. So I also picked this up because it's just overdue that I read it, and I want a physical copy because I feel like it's something that I may want to write notes or thoughts in, and it's The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. I'm pretty sure this is the one that made Mara cry, 'cause it's like a letter to his nephew, I believe. Yes, letter to my nephew on the 100th anniversary of the Emancipation. And so this is very short. This is like barely over 100 pages, 106 pages, but I feel like this is going to punch me in my feelings. So I need to be in the right headspace to read this, but ashamed I haven't read it yet. but I'm one step closer to reading it now that I own it. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. Yeah, yeah. Also, this is not a book, but I bought these there because they were really fun, and it is empathy postcards. So some of them are like, just send to your friends when they're going through a hard time. Like this one's like, I'm really sorry I haven't been in touch. I didn't know what to say. They're just like relatable, and there's 10 postcards and there's 2 of each, and I just thought this was super cute. And I actually need to send some of these out because I think it would be fun to get some mail, some like reassuring but not like overly fake-ish, happy, net toxic positive, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are like more realistic, so I like that. Also, I bought this little book that I've never seen before, and it's how not to kill yourself, a survival guide for imaginative pessimists, which is me. Set Sights and Faith C. Harper, PhD, LPC, ACS. So on the back, what got me was, oh, that's what place I got a sandwich from. What got me to buy this, besides the catchy little title, was, are you inclined to escape the crumminess of everyday life in a fantasy world? Are you smart and imaginative in a way that isn't really suited to your surroundings? Are you definitely misunderstood, likely angry, and almost certainly depressed? Yes. Seth Sykes, hailing from the UK, would prefer you stay alive and sort things out rather than the alternative, thanks. He figures there are better opportunities for you out there and lays it all out in a way that's compelling, funny, sharp, and useful. This book, please don't call it a self-help guide, asks the author, is ultimately about how to be a person in the world. It can be done non-miserably, we promise. And now, while I don't necessarily know if I believe that, I'm willing to give this a try. And so I need to like take this out and like actually have it so I can like sit and read it, because it's pretty short. But I'm just hoping this helps. This seems better than other things, because I don't like self-help books or people that are really like self-help gurus. Like, get the fuck out of my face. So this could be something. I will let y'all know. This is about Palestine, a socialist introduction, which I feel like I need. Although I have read a couple of books that talk about Palestine, I still don't know a lot. And you know, that's fine, that's fair, because it's hard to know everything about everything, but this is something that I do want to know more about. So this says editors Sumaya Awad and Brian Bean. Through an internationalist, anti-imperialist lens, this book explores the links between the struggle for freedom in Palestine, the United States, and beyond. The authors examine both the historical and contemporary trajectories of the Palestine solidarity movement and argue that in order to achieve justice in Palestine, the movement must take up the question of socialism regionally and internationally. So, yes. I feel like, what is the one I read by Angela Davis, that this would be along those lines, but more in depth, because she just doesn't talk about Palestine in this one, and this is obviously focused on Palestine. So this is definitely a nonfiction that I hope to read sooner than later. I also grabbed The End of Policing. It says updated edition by Alex S. Vital. And it says the problem is not police training, police diversity, or police methods. The problem is policing itself. I definitely want to learn more about this and being more anti-carceral, because it is my first thing to be like straight to jail. Although some people I do believe should just be straight to jail or under the prison. But I want to have a better framework, a more solid platform, solid foundation for an argument when people are like, wow, what will we do? We don't have police. I feel like this is at least a step. I think, what's the other one? The New Jim Crow is also a good one that talks a lot about like the statistics around crime and incarceration. And so I think another, yeah, oh, that's not too long. Another one that I think would be a good one in my arsenal to have, to read, to learn from. You know what I'm saying? Always, if you think these are good titles, or you think there are better titles or other ones like this, especially for the nonfiction, definitely let me know. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get around to reading it this year, but I would like to have it, you know, because it means I'm closer to reading it. I also picked up Adulthood Rights by Octavia E. Butler. This is the second after Dawn. Now, I have not finished Dawn. I've been struggling. I feel like I have a weird relationship with Octavia E. Butler's writing. there's something about it that does not make it easy for me to read a lot of it at once. And so I love the concept and the story, and I want to know what happens in Dawn. Like, I want to read it and see how it evolves and know what happens, and I want to read the next one. But it's just not something that I like rush to pick up, because something about her writing just takes me more time to get through. But I'm trying to become more comfortable with the fact that I don't have to speed read everything. Like, some things I can put down and come back to when I'm more in the mood for it. I'm not trying to chase a certain amount of books to read every month. And so I still got this one because, well, one, I saw it, the covers are beautiful, and I'm enjoying Dawn. So I was like, I plan to read the next one. So I got it. And then I also picked up the first one of Witch Hat Atelier that I was recommended by Elle. And now look at this. I'm so mad. I didn't realize that. So it must have been when they like opened the box, they just like cut this. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, so this is another manga, Witch Hat Atelier. And I think she said that it starts off kind of sweet and cozy, but it goes beyond that. So I know this is about witches and magic. And yeah, that's it. That's all I know. And so I got it. And if I like it, I don't know. Again, I would need to love it to keep buying all of the volumes. Or I might just borrow it from the library. But at least I don't mind buying the first one and trying it out. And then I can donate it if I don't want to continue buying the physical copies. And lastly from that trip, I got this. It's not a book, but it's a journal. But it's a journal of radical permission, a daily guide for following your soul's calling. So one of the authors, Sonia Renee Taylor, wrote The Body Is Not an Apology, which I wanted to read. And then there's Adrienne Murray Brown, that is a writer in residence at the Emergent Strategy Ideation Institute. So though I don't journal, right? I don't journal. I don't write things down, I don't write my feelings, I don't write affirmations. I'm really terrible at doing any of that. But I was looking through this and I was interested because it's like I haven't started it. Of course I haven't, because this is just me sitting by my bed. But it starts off with like a practice 1, so weeks 1 through 2, and they have like these practical things for you to do, or an assessment, a commitment. I just thought that if there's gonna be anything that I'm gonna do, like write and journal and follow, this would be it. So I think I need to take this and have them out and actually get into it and start journaling. I'm just like, do I have the right pen? Maybe I should get some new pens. Let me stop. Okay, I have so many, I don't have so many more books, but I still have some, so I need to like speed it up, girl. Then when I was in Atlanta, I got some books. A couple I've heard of and other ones that I haven't, because I was like, I need to get out of things that I only see because of being on the bookish internet. So my friend Rachel recommended this one to me, which I've never heard of. It's called Severance by Ling Ma. It's very pink and cute. And so this one is from Postman Books. But so this, I literally don't even know. It says, is it the end of the world or just another day at the office? Like, I literally don't even know what this is. I don't remember. She told me what it was about and I already forgot. And this doesn't really say anything on the back besides blurbs. And it says a satirical spin on the end times, kind of like The Office meets The Leftovers. So no idea if any of y'all heard of this, but I was like, when she was explaining it, I was like, that sounds really interesting. So I picked it up. So hopefully it's good. I really don't know any more beyond that. A shame. Then I also, because I kept seeing this one, I got this one in like the last bookstore that I went to, but I have heard about this for many years, and I know that it's one of Mara's favorite books, and it is The Remains of the Day by Kazu Ishiguro. And I kept seeing this like every bookstore, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna freaking get it. I'm just gonna freaking get it, because my friend was also saying it was a really great book. And so I was like, okay, I just need to pick it up. This is the same author of Never Let Me Go, which I own and have not read yet. So yeah, maybe, I don't know which one I'll read first, but from who I've heard, the people I've heard who read this book, it does something to you. It does something to you, because it's a portrait of the perfect English butler and his fading insular world in post-war England. I don't know. I'm ready to be hurt. I'm ready to be in my feelings, so we'll see. Then I hadn't heard of this one and I just really liked the cover. Then I read the back and I was like, this sounds good. It's called Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. and maybe people have been talking about this, but I haven't been really watching booktube videos. I don't pay attention to book talk. What I usually see is on Twitter, and I don't always pay attention to those things. I sometimes just browse past. So anyway, this is we have Emerson Wild, who has built the life of her dream, youngest Chamber of Commerce president, successful indie bookstore owner, and lucky enough to have her best friends as found family. Done. But then she's attacked by creatures and things that can only be called magic. So she finds that the past decade of her life has been a lie. So she finds out that she is a witch and all of her friends. And this just sounded really cute. And it says for the author that Hazelbeck is the magical partnership of a river witch and an earth witch. Oh, so it's two people. Together they have collected 2 husbands, 3 familiars, 2 children, 5 degrees, and written around 200... What? And written around 200 books. As one, their books will delight with breathtaking magic, emotional romance, and stories of witches you won't soon forget. So yeah, I've heard nothing about this, so I'm assuming maybe there's a little bit of romance in here. But it made me think of the Irregular Society, or the something Society of Irregular Witches. It made me think of that, which I loved, so I'm hoping that this gives me the same energy. I also, this book, now this was a black-owned bookstore in Atlanta, so I finally picked up All About Love. I haven't read any bell hooks, so Rachel was like, this is a good place to start, and I was like, yes, because I've seen this around, and I'm ashamed that I haven't read any bell hooks, but you know, whatever, I'm changing that now. So it's very interesting because I see quotes from bell hooks all the time, and I recently saw on Twitter that someone was critiquing bell hooks and saying you can respect like kind of like our elders, but knowing that sometimes they are a product of their time and maybe all of their thoughts, you know, aren't as revolutionary, or maybe they're not as intersectional as we would like them to be now. So I'm very interested to read this and see if I pick up on any of that, but I've just heard a lot about bell hooks and I haven't read any, so this will be my first one. And finally, I have, again, never heard of this book. I really liked the art, and it is called The Last Gift of the Master Artist. So I really was just going on the cover, and then I read the back, which talks about the son of a king struggling to find his place in the world, the other daughter of a craftsman from the secretive tribe of master artists. The prince entranced stays hidden in the bushes, the girl knowing nothing of him but his voice agrees to meet again. So it says, this is no fairy tale, no conventional love story. Their world, though they don't know it yet, is ending. A strange wind has begun to blow, and in its wake things are disappearing. Songs, stories, artworks, and finally people. Beautiful ships with white sails are glimpsed on the horizon. Uh-oh. So, ooh, I like these in pages. Literally haven't heard of this. I didn't even go and pull them up on Goodreads. I was like, okay, this sounds interesting and I'm gonna get it. And so I did. So I've got some different things on my shelf than I probably normally would pick up, which I like. I like that for me. And last but not least, for the books, oh my God, it's already been 24 minutes, are the books that I picked up today at Barnes & Noble. This one I can't tell you much about because I did a blind date with the book. But it says fantasy. A man fresh from jail and eager to start anew with his pregnant wife is killed by arcane evil. He must descend into purgatory to save his wife and unborn child. A dangerous game that risks eternal damnation to save his family. I don't know when y'all are going to see this, and if I will have opened this book yet, because I'm not. But if you have an idea what you think this is, let me know. But I have no clue. That's the first time I've done that because I'm very nervous to spend money on a book like I don't even know what it looks like. I got the first volume of Berserk manga because I was in a mood to pick up things deathy and violent, so I picked that up. And on that same, I got volume 1 and 2 of Death Note. This is the black edition, and I thought it looked really dope and sounds murdery, so I was like, awesome. And then I also picked up Thousand Autumns. Is that what it's called? Thousand Autumns, which, is this the same author of, hold on. No, this is a different author. Okay, I thought this was the same author of Heaven Official's Blessing, but it's not. It is a different author. But anyway, there was another one by this author that was there, and I thought this was the same author. But anyway, I read the back of this one, and this also was talking about wretchedness of humanity, demonic cultivation, and I was like, wait, yes. So I had a theme going on today with the books that I got, and so I got those from Barnes & Noble. Very excited. And so those are all of the books that I've recently hauled. Excited for all of them. Have I read any of them? No, I haven't read any of that. Don't worry about me, worry about your taxes. Yeah. Look, my bills are paid. I have money in my savings account. So I'm gonna buy stuff because life is hard. So now onto the skincare. If you care to stay around, I have some things I got from Sephora and then Korean skincare. So I don't have a Sephora near me, so when I go somewhere near one, I'm like, well, I gotta go in there. And so I got a few things. I have used this brand, Topicals, their faded cream. I still use it for fading hyperpigmentation, and I really like it. So I saw this, and it's called Slather. So it's an exfoliating body serum. And so since I like the one product that I have, I'm gonna try this. It says moisturizes, exfoliates, and smooths. So I got this, and this is a Black-owned brand. It's a Black-owned brand, so I'm excited about that. This was my little Sephora birthday gift. It's a sample of these two things from Glow Recipe. So it's the toner and niacinamide drops. Come on, come on. Is it doing it? I smelled these and they really do smell like watermelon, which is interesting. I don't always have a problem with scent in a skincare product, but it just depends. So we shall see. I also love all the little like minis that are around the counter. I love trying those out because then I love trying a smaller version of a product before getting the whole thing. So I got these Dr. Dennis Gross Universal Daily Peels. So this is a 2-step peel, and the regular size was like almost $100. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna at least try these first and make sure they don't like break me out or burn my face off. And so this little box for the 5 was $20, and I was like, okay, that's better. I'll try that, but I'm not buying that box straight up. So I don't wear makeup often anymore because I don't know how, and I'm also lazy. But one thing when I do is that I struggle with mascara, and so the mascara I had I didn't really like, so I'm trying, my friend recommended a different one. They were out of stock, and so I'm trying this one. It's a mini one. Oh my god, I don't know, I'm not a beauty girly, but it's by Ilia. Is that the brand? Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. It says Lift, Lengthen, Curled, Shea Butter, and something else. I know this is not skincare, but I got it from Sephora, so hush your mouth. Also, I've never tried anything from Youth to the People, and so they had a small version of their kale and green tea superfood cleanser. Also, when you buy samples and then if you like it, or you buy smaller versions, you have a perfect travel size. So it's a little 2-ounce. Yeah, green tea, spinach, kale, and vitamins superfood cleanser. I don't know. I've heard a lot. I've heard some people really like it, and then some people said it was really drying. So we'll see. And lastly from there, I got another skin tint from Glossier. I've already tried this before, so this was just me getting a new one because I usually don't like to I don't really like to put on foundation. I haven't found one that I really like, but I like this. It's very minimal. So I like to get this Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. Mine's in G4. If you care about that. And then the other re-up I got was this Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm. It's one of my favorite like lip masks to put on at night before I go to sleep. And so I got another one of those because mine, I'm like scraping to get stuff out. So I was like, okay, let me get another one. So that's all I got from Sephora. And then, so I order the majority of my K-beauty or Korean skincare from Stylovana. They do take a long time to ship, and normally it's been about a month. This time it took almost 6 weeks, and I was getting worried because I was about to run out of something. But then it showed up, but before it showed up, I had already, that's not the point. Anyway, it showed up, so I got these exfoliating bath mitts. I think you can get them on Amazon too, but they were really cheap when I did my order, so I just got 2 of them. And then, of course, I got another one of my Isntree Watery Sun Gels, my current favorite sunscreen, but I am going to be trying some new ones soon, but she is reigning supreme right now. And then I got 2 of these because I really love this moisturizer, this Ilion, and this is what I was running low on, and I was like, girl, where are you? Hurry up. So I got 2 of them. It just is like a really great, it sounds super heavy, but it's not also super light. Like, it's just a really good hydrating moisturizer. and I love it. So that's all I got from that order. But yeah, I was worried. I was like, oh Lord, it's not coming. It got lost. I gotta get my money back from somebody. But it made it. But there are other places you can get Korean skincare from. So another one's like Yes Style. They usually take a long time, like Stylevana. But I've been seeing a lot of people on TikTok talk about Olive Young, which is a big store in South Korea. And they were like, their shipping is so much better. Now, their shipping is because I ordered this maybe 10 days ago, and it's shipping from South Korea, and it is already here. It got here like 2 days ago. Or it got here yesterday. My only thing is, it is more expensive than Stylevana. Like, I was looking at prices and I was like, I mean, it's not like double the price, but it's significant enough that I noticed that it was more expensive. But it's like, I guess, is it worth it because things are getting here quicker? I gotta see, I gotta do the math. This, because I signed up to be a member on the site, so this was 99 cents, so I got it, and they're just these depuffing masks for the morning, and they come in this cute little container. And what I love, it has these little tongs right there, so you open it and like pull out a mask for the morning time. Again, they were 99 cents, so I was like, why not try them? But my main thing was ordering more Korean sunscreens to try. So if you're on TikTok, there's been a lot of TikTok, like skincare TikTok from South Korean creators who talk about skincare that's like really popular in Korea, because some things are more marketed towards the West, which they said like this sunscreen is more marketed towards the West, but like these are supposed to be popular ones that they actually use in Korea. I think one of the most popular ones was this Round Lab Birch Tree, which this one came with a regular size and then a little mini one, but this Round Lab Birch Tree sunscreen, that is like, it was sold out for a while and I had to wait for it to come back in stock. So it's supposed to be leave a really good finish, maybe not as dewy as I would like, but I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see. Another one, this one I've seen talked about for a while and I just hadn't ordered it. It's by Skin 1004 and it's a Madagascar Centella sunscreen. I don't know, I think the little bottle or whatever is cute, but this one's like a little pump like this, and these are all 50 SPF 50. So this one I have heard good things about. There's the box. And then lastly, this is a newer one that I heard of, but this one also came in a duo and has like the regular size and a mini one, and it's AHC Safe On Light Sun Serum. And I just saw someone talk about this one in a video, and I feel like I liked the finish of this one. I wonder if I should do it right now. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, this one. So this one's a gel, and I really like a gel. It doesn't really smell like anything. A gel sunscreen. These other two are cream, I think. Yeah, that's more like a regular. Oh, I mean, on my arm it's blending in fine. And lastly, this one I also believe is a cream. Let's see, little thing on it. Interesting. So that also is I am not a beauty guru with the way I'm putting these things on my arm. I don't know, they look like they all blend in, but this is my arm and not my face. So I'm gonna be trying them on my face and I will update you, but I just wanted to try some new sunscreens to see, maybe I'm missing out, maybe there's a different formulation. And if I don't love them on my face, here's the thing about skincare, is skincare to me is a hobby. Like, cause obviously you don't need all of these things besides sunscreen, but I also just love trying new products to see maybe there's a better formulation out there, a better price, whatever. So I enjoy trying new skincare, and if I don't like it on my face, then I usually use it on my body because I don't want it to go to waste. Unless it caused me like a really bad reaction, I'll just use it like on my body as a lotion or a sunscreen, or on my feet. I'm gonna use it. Lastly, I had to re-up on this moisturizer from Caudalie, which is a French skincare company, and this is their Vino Perfect Instant Brightening Moisturizer. This is only 1.6 ounces, but it's like $60, which bothers me. But they were having a 25% off sale, so I had to get a new one. I hate that I love this so much, but it is really great. I think it has added to my overall glow. And then lastly, from this new brand called Experiment, they have this saturated serum, this 30% glycerin, which is wild, great for hydration. So this is the serum. It's called Super Saturated by Experiment. And so then they also sell these reusable face masks. So I got one of these where you can put that serum on, put the face mask on, or any serum, and cut down on reusable masks. Yes, I know that I also got these, shut up, whatever. But yes, I've heard this is really great. I get really dry here. I get oily here, being a combination girly, but I love me a hydrating product, and I'm just over my snail mucin. I don't feel like it's doing anything for me anymore. So I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to try the reusable mask. And I'm not ashamed about it. These are my hobbies, okay? Mind your business, because book buying is a hobby. Let me remind y'all, and so is skincare buying, but I also, my books may sit there, but that's because they're art. I actually use all of these things in time. Also, obviously, I'm not going to use all of these together, but I use all of these things in time. I like having backups. I don't like to run out of things. I like trying new things. Sometimes I'm like, I'm a little more dry, I can use this. I'm a little more oily, I can use this. You know what I'm saying? So that are all my things. So what are things that you like to buy, collect? What have you bought recently? Something that brought you a lot of joy? Because this stuff brings me joy. You know, I'm like, Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I was gonna say something and I forgot. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreened. Moisturized, hydrated, sunscreen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.